Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, bonjour, buongiorno, bon dia, buenos dias, guten Morgen, ohayo gozaimasu, and specifically for today's video, embote. I hope I'm saying it well. Yes, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You are watching Steffi's talk show. I'm your girl, Steph, and welcome. I am particularly very excited about this video. You know why? We are going to talk about real thing right here, the real places to be. You know what I mean? I'm going to dive into the top 5 African cities to build global wealth from. Yes, Africa today is one of the fastest evolving market in the world, but when we talk about building global wealth, it's no longer about leaving the continent. It's about strategically using African cities as launchpad to the world for business, investment, and for lifestyle. So today's I'm breaking down the top 5 African cities to build global wealth from based on access, connectivity, legal structure, banking, talent pools, mobility, and the international mindset. Yes, let's get into it. So I put together my little list. Okay, before we start, what does global wealth mean here? I'm looking at cities that give you leverage, but leverage through banking, international access, deals, talent, tech, diaspora, taxations, and travel routes. Not necessarily the richest cities, but the most strategically connected. And let's get down to my wonderful list. And I'm pretty much excited with this first city. I've never been there, but this is in my list. Even though I already been all over the world, I still have some country in Africa to visit. So I'm actually, I'm actually gonna call you, ladies and gentlemen, invite me to your country. Anyway, we start. Number 1, Nairobi. Yeah, Nairobi in Kenya. Strong place to be, strong place to go, strong place to just, if you have the entrepreneur mindset, the, global wealth intentions, this is the place to be. Why is it on the list? I can tell you, I'm going to break it down to you right now. um East Africa tech capital. Yeah, should I mention it? East Africa tech capital, VC, venture capital, plus startup ecosystem, fintech, plus mobile money culture, English speaking business environments, yes, and massive regional connectivity. I want you to understand that this is not just words. This is not just me saying it, me delivering the news. It's what's happening now. It's happening, and that's the place to be. Okay, so when it comes to global wealth levers, Nairobi give you access to East Africa, the Gulf, and Asia. If you are building tech, finance, logistics, digital services, or media, this city lets you scale beyond borders fast. And I am the type of person who like when things are not just being said, but are happening. So Nairobi in Africa, Kenya, Africa is the place to be. Second point, it's about talent and the diaspora. It's a strong middle class and diaspora pipelines with young, highly educated talent. And when it comes to the weaknesses to acknowledge, I would say regulatory complexity, cost of living creeping up. Yes. So this is best for tech founders, digital entrepreneurs, creative, fintech, logistics. I mean, my people, basically my people. Yes, because here at Steffi's Talk Show, I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I'm talking to investors, I'm talking to people with the global mindset and people who wants to make things happen for themselves, for those that they love, and for everybody in the world to make an impact. You know what I mean? Kenya, Nairobi. first on the list. And we are going to carry on to the list that I put together. Number 2, this is also coming from the bottom of my heart, Cape Town, South Africa. And I can definitely talk about it a little bit more and feel related a little bit more because no, I'm not South African. I'm Caribbean, but I live in South Africa for 1 year. I have made amazing friends there, and I've met amazing lovers there as well. So big up to South Africa and my friends. And I will be honest with you, I felt it when I was there, to be honest. When I was in South Africa, Cape Town exactly, um, I felt it myself, and I can tell you now why is it on the list. Quality of life, definitely, and a global mindset. So you need to know that South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa first is one of the most international African countries. Cape Town is definitely the city in Africa in general, where you do have that global mindset. Okay. I'm not saying that you're not gonna, you're not gonna find this African vibe where we definitely will be cultivating, I would say cultivating the African, the African vibes, African culture. You do have a little bit of this, but you do also have this, global mindset, very international expat kind of lifestyle. So let's just go down to why is South Africa on the list. Apart from the quality of life and the global mindset, you do have a very strong tourism, hospitality economy, tech, remote work hub. That's also including me. Remote work is my thing. Massive events and lifestyle scene. And basically, I mean, even if you just go to South Africa as a tourist, there is like a vibe over there that makes you believe that everything is possible. It's just a thing in South Africa. Global wealth levers. Cape Town connects Africa with Europe, obviously, the Middle East, and the international remote work scene. The lifestyle component is not cosmetic. It attracts investors, funders, and global talent. Once again, my people. When it comes to talent and infrastructure, Cape Town arguably has the strongest creative economy in the continent. Film, marketing, tech, tourism, adventure sports, medical, and wine, of course. Those are all part of South Africa, Cape Town legacy. And when it comes to weaknesses, I would just mention Rand, of course, the currency, the volatility of the currency, that makes sense for everybody, I believe. Seasonal business cycle. So yeah, this is not like in London or in New York or Paris, right? You do have some slowing down moments, and basically, that's good. I don't think this is wrong, but just so for people coming, for international people or for foreigners, in fact, just expect that, when it comes down to Africa in general, you do have those pause moments, okay, even in business. And this is a good thing. So in my point of view, this is a good thing. So seasonal business cycles, you got to know them. And once you get down there, you will know them. And when it comes to the best things in South Africa, Cape Town exactly, are creativity. People are so creative over there. I just have a really, really, really good time. Remote entrepreneurs, environment, events, tourism, tech, media. Welcome to Cape Town. And let's carry on with the number 3, Lagos, Nigeria. No surprises here. When you are in a very business-oriented environment, everybody have heard about Lagos, Nigeria, when it comes to Africa. And why is it on the list? Largest market, pure demand, entertainment, music, media capital, diaspora, hustles, real estate, and fintech booming as well. Yeah, I mean, it has to be in the list. You cannot avoid Lagos. Definitely not. So what I put into the global wealth levers, Lagos chaotic, but it's one of the most entrepreneurial cities in the world. And at every, and I mean it, every levels, from fintech to Afrobeats, Lagos exports culture and innovation globally. Is breathtaking. Weaknesses, infrastructure strain, visa travel limitation, depending on the passport. That's the thing I have to say when it comes to Lagos. And the best are definitely culture, music, media, fintech, real estate, and also everything related to consumer goods. This is Lagos, and you cannot miss it. Okay, and that was number 3. So now we're going down to the number 4, and this is actually a country where I'm very curious about, to be honest, and it's Kigali from Rwanda. I've never been there, and to be honest with you, I've checked a little bit. I went down a little bit into the details, but apparently Kigali is one of the cities in Africa who are currently making noise when it comes to entrepreneurship, business in general, and global markets. So let's go. Why is it on the list? Policy, it's a good thing over there. Governance, ease of doing business, clean, safe, and efficient. Those are things that, it does matter if you are an international investor or an expat. Those things are quite interesting to know, to be in a safe place and clean place. It's also very much pro-business, immigration and conferences oriented, and smart nation vision. Those are some of the points of why Kigali is on the list. And when it comes to the global wealth levels, here we go. Kigali is not the biggest market, okay, but it's one of the it's one of the easiest to operate from. It's a regional hub for conferences, diplomacy, hospitality, and investment-friendly regulation. So it does count. When it comes to weaknesses, still just one point that I want to mention for now that I know about Kigali, it's small domestic market. Probably what I can find about the weaknesses is that it's actually a good point. That means there is not much of weaknesses to acknowledge about. And when it comes to the best things for Kigali is for H in terms of policy, yes. Think tanks, yes. Conferences, hospitality, NGOs as well, and media. And that's it for Kigali. And last but not least is also one of the African country that I've heard about, never been, but I have met some good friends, even into networking events. I've met some quite interesting entrepreneurs and CEOs from that city in Africa. And this is Accra from Ghana. And yes, Ghana comes pretty much all the time on the conversations when it comes to building global wealth. And I'm going to tell you why is it on the list. A return trend, yes. Culture, soft power, creativity, real estate and tourism development, a big point. English speaking, stable business climate. So once again, that's some points that are interesting to take in consideration. In terms of global wealth levels, Accra has become the cultural magnet of West Africa, from year of return to concern festivals and diaspora investments. It's a city that monetizes identity, heritage, and global network. And some weaknesses point will be the cost rising right now. Yes, it's actually happening right now. As well as the bureaucracy still present. And that's actually the only point that I have in my list in terms of weaknesses. And that Accra is best for culture, events, media, tourism, and real estate. Okay, so that's it for the top 5 African cities to build global wealth from. But let's just have a quick hit for retention and international vibes. There are some cities to mention that are also part of Africa, but not only. I want to point it out. Mauritius. Yes, Mauritius is a very good city when it comes to wealth management, offshore lifestyle, and finance. Of course, Joburg as well in South Africa, in terms of finance, mining, and corporate HQs. It's a name, it's a city that needs to have a little mention. Abidjan, uh, a little heads up for my French speaking people, because I'm French, from Caribbean, but yes, Abidjan, the Francophone business hub of Africa, it needs to be mentioned, and as well Casablanca as well, regarding to everything from finance, North Africa, and Europe link. It does matter. So yeah, the real opportunity is that Africa is no longer operating in a closed loop, and you need to pay attention to that. And I'm not talking to the usual international investors. I'm talking to you. You, doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what is your color skin, and specifically if you are local. I'm talking about possibilities here. Possibilities. And that's why I think people should pay attention to Africa way more than they used to do before. Because this is happening now. These cities connect outward to the Gulf, Europe, Asia, and the diaspora. So that's what wealth ecosystems need. Okay, if you want more video on African entrepreneurship, global mobility, relocation, international investment, and how to build a global life from Africa, subscribe, of course, and comment which city I should do a deep dive on next. Let me know, please. I want to hear everything. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for watching my videos. And I also want to encourage you to give me some comments, to direct me a little bit, to let me know if I'm actually on the right path, if you found this video interesting. If you want to learn anything else, just let me know. When it comes to global wealth, entrepreneurship, investments, and also a global lifestyle, I am your girl. I look forward to see you soon to the next video. Thank you for watching. My name is Steph. Bye.